Oh, shit. Oh, my God! He wasn't kidding. Withers, you mad bastard! You brought me back! Soldier. It's really you. I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so clean. War's a dirty business, soldier. It's been exactly how you'd think. But having Will around has been incredible. Fucker's even better at killing devils than yours truly. We don't have much time to chat, but just knowing he's there makes all the difference. Oh, but hey, guess what we found? Cambion dropped a map with directions and blueprints for Zariel's own private forge. A fucking forge! Our current plan is to get in, grab a smith, and force him to fix old Rusty. Or maybe give me a brand new model that can live outside of Avernus. You haven't seen the last of old Karlach yet, soldier. Trying not to count my owlbears before they've hatched. But the thought of coming back to Baldur's Gate keeps me going. Can I look you up when I'm out? Hey, that would be kind of fun, though. High-stakes hide and seek. Honestly, I'd be curious to see if you could land a blow or two. Gods, is it good to see you again. To be here together. Hard not to get used to it all over again. This won't be the last time. I promise. I'd say so. Can't think of who's been carrying your pack now that Kay's out of commission. Man, we had some good times. Wish Will and I had more time to reminisce, but surviving Avernus is just non-stop. Still, having him there has been incredible. You really can get through anything with someone you love at your side. No, believe me, you shouldn't have. That place is fucking horrible. I wouldn't wish it on you, on anyone. But look, you showed me just how much my life is worth. That there are people out there who really value it. I can hang on in the hells a while longer. Oh, guess what we found? Couldn't have said it better myself. Keep a bottle of something good in the icebox for me, huh? Mama Kay's coming home before too long. Hells, I don't need luck. I've got the Blade of Avernus on my side. Please, you know me, an absolute beast on the battlefield. I'll be fine. Probably. Maybe you don't, but I'm not done with you yet. Goodbye for now, soldier. Until we meet again, whether you like it or not. Who knows? Maybe we'll have it again someday. Maybe even sooner than you think. Always. Avoiding you lot like the plague. Zariel's got her sights set on me. I don't want to drag you into my nonsense. Anyway, you lot are very good at killing devils without me. I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so... I don't know. Yourself. You can't begin to imagine how wonderful. I've missed you, Lae'zel. Really missed you. War's a dirty business, isn't it, soldier? I'd say we're both good at surviving it, but you may have a bit more zest for the whole thing. But seeing you again reminds me what it's all for. Living. To keep living. I've missed you, you old Baal spawn. Oh, do you not want me to call you the B word anymore? Please tell me you're opening a bathhouse in the gate. When I get out, I'm gonna need to soak for years to wash off the stink of Avernus. It's been tough, keeping myself alive. You're too good, buddy. Well, you did save the world despite getting repeatedly possessed by the spirit of murder, so technically, you're the best. I'm just so glad you're doing all right. I thought of you often, whenever I could spare half a thought. Surviving Avernus doesn't leave you much time to think. I've missed you, Gale. Gods, you look so fresh. You smell like a beautiful tree. I don't even want to know what I reek like. Fuel and imp guts, I'm sure. Oh, I've missed you, man. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so tentacly. You can't miss it. So shiny. Haven't seen any mind flayers anywhere in Avernus, I must say. Never thought I'd miss them. War's a dirty business. I've missed you. Like, I've really missed you. And you're so shimmery. Limbo, huh? You and Lazelle have really been going places. Gods, I wouldn't have the nerve to stand against the two of you on any plane. As for the Avernus crew, man, that place is brutal. I've missed you, girl. Like, I've really missed you. My old friend Shadowheart. Hang on. Why do you smell like hay? Milking a cow? Girl, you've got it made. I'd trade with you if that weren't totally evil. Good to know I didn't disappear completely when I left. I won't lie. It's been hard. I've missed you so much, Will. The Grand Duke. Will. My Will. Man, we had some good times. Wish I had more time to reminisce, but surviving Avernus is just non-stop. I've missed you so much, Will. The Blade of Avernus. Please, no. I don't want to draw any more attention from devils than I already have. I've missed you, Gale. Or should I say, Your Holiness. Can't believe you really did it. Ascended. Wouldn't have picked that for you myself, but at least you look good. Pray to you, huh? I'll consider that. I'd offer to look you up once I'm out, but something tells me you'll be hard to reach. I guess this is goodbye, Gale Dekarios. Until we meet again, if we do. I looked for you, but I understood. Can't have both of us burning up in one go. I've thought about you, though. How could I not? My sweet, wicked darling. But, glad as I am to see you, I've got a bone to pick with you, Lay. A serious one. Hang on. I need to get this out before we can even think about picking up where we left off. You left. You didn't think twice. You knew my heart was ready to go, and you couldn't wait. It's the one thing I wanted. To have you by my side when my time came. And you weren't there. Luckily, I have truly excellent friends. You did what you felt you had to do. But I needed you. I've never needed anyone more. I've thought of a few ways. Some of them will take a while. Years. So you've got to decide if you're up for that. But, in the short term, you fucking better. Gods, imagine being at death's door and the person you love the most is flying off on a fucking dragon. At least you looked legendary as hell while you were breaking my heart. They could have waited a little longer. Maybe you don't think so. I mean, clearly you don't. I forgive you for that, though. I know the person you are, dedicated, loyal to your cause above all else, including me. I've had 6 months to make my peace with that. And I really am happy as hell to see you. I thought I was your people.
Oh, shit. Oh, my God. He wasn't kidding. Where is you, mad bastard? You brought us back! Commander Zula won't know where the fuck we went! Ha! Oh, man, I can't wait to say hi to everyone. Look at them, the beauts. Rest up, soldier. My tin can will be all right for the night. And you and me will get to sleep with both eyes shut for the first time in 6 months. Here, here. Enjoy it, soldier. You've earned it. She's got a knight in her, I think. Any trouble and I'll toddle back off to hell quick as you please. Oh, hey. Before you go, I've been thinking about those blueprints we found. Zariel's probably got a load of Cambions guarding that forge. I'm sure she knows I'll want in. She'll do anything to stop me from fixing this thing. I might have an in with one of the guards, though. An old acquaintance called Flo. Not sure she'll help us, but maybe. We might get to come home. Permanently. Maybe even sooner than we think. Then again, maybe we won't sleep at all. Me too, my love. See you soon. Come here, you goon. Are you enjoying yourself, my love? Fascinating, isn't it? Everyone has changed so much. Yet the heart of it all feels so familiar. I can't wait to say hello, but to be honest, I'm keen to visit the doctor before it gets too late. He said there's a potential in his infirmary. A very old woman recently diagnosed with a wasting sickness. She seemed interested in what I have to offer. I want to have a good long talk with her before we make an arrangement. Though, if I'm being very selfish, I hope she'll say yes. I'm absolutely famished, and think of all those memories. I don't hide it well, do I? Some things don't change, even when everything else does. It's funny. I'm hungry in my body, but in my soul, too. That woman has lived a long life. Births, deaths, love, misfortune. And if she agrees, I'll be able to give her a dignified end and remember it all in her honor. But hey, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's enjoy ourselves. This is a rare enough treat, isn't it? Always, darling. Bold. There'll be plenty of time for that after we're caught up with our old friends. Anyway, I'll need to visit the doctor on our way home. And another will go by before we realize it. Make the most of Wither's little reunion. For all we know, it could be our last. Gods. Sometimes I really question what we've both become. But hey, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's enjoy ourselves. This is a rare enough treat, isn't it? I'd ask what you have in mind, but I'm not sure I want to know. I think of you too. This life of ours, soldier. It's a long one, if we're lucky. Who knows what the future holds for either of us?
You may not be so certain when you realize just how much I've evolved. My new life is strange, but happy. This form has changed me in ways I expected, and those I didn't. Though I have missed you, and I wish we could have spoken in the intervening months. Your journey must have changed you significantly.
Soldier, how glad I am to see you again. I'd started to wonder if I ever would. Maybe I thought our paths would cross on their own. Or maybe I wasn't sure what you'd make of me. I've changed so much. But then again, you have too. Don't I know it? It went so fast, didn't it? One moment we were on the Nautinoid, the next we were here. I'd ask you what you'd been up to for 6 whole months, but then I'd have to reciprocate. And I'm not sure you're ready for the truth. Let us test that theory. Do you remember how my favorite food used to be mutton chops? I'm now far more interested in, well, brains. I thought I was good at cracking skulls before. Now I've got it down to something of a science. Or maybe more of a religion. I've made arrangements with a healer in the city. When a patient is beyond saving, but still able to speak for themselves, they're offered a choice. They can go as nature intends to take them, or when they're ready, when their goodbyes have been said, their affairs settled, and all that awaits them is pain, I relieve them. When I consume their brains, I am nourished by much more than the physical nutrition. Their memories, from birth to death, become part of me. I've lived hundreds of childhoods, first loves, marriages, feuds, and friendships. I remember them all. And in this way, we all live on together. Thanks, soldier. It's good to see you looking so well. And now that we've connected again, don't be a stranger. Enjoy the night, my friend. I know I will. I'm sorry I haven't reached out. I guess I wasn't sure what you'd make of me. I've changed so much. But then again, you have too. Stubbornly yourself, aren't you? I suppose I used to be too. But this evolution has shown me parts of myself I never knew existed. For example, my favorite food used to be mutton chops. Do you know what it is now? Brains, soldier. Brains. True. But I've found ways to maintain my values while respecting that which I am, that which made it possible for me to live. Thanks, soldier. It feels that way too. It's been wonderful to see you again. Reminds me of old times around the campfire. We used to think becoming a mind flayer was a fate worse than death. I wouldn't trade my life, this life, for anything. Funny how things change, isn't it? Honestly, never better. My life is so rich now, so multifaceted. I've wanted to share it with you, but maybe I was scared. I've changed so much. But then again, so have you. It's strange, I know. I couldn't have imagined this life for myself in a million years. But I think I'm doing good in the world and staying fed along the way. What more could a Karlach want? I can't tell if that's admiration or revulsion on your face, or maybe something else entirely. I'm not a murderer, if that's what you mean. But a girl's got to eat. Maybe at first, but the person I used to be had a deep empathy that hasn't left me. Let me explain. I'm sure of very little these days, but at least this way I can live, and those who offer themselves to me can live on too. Births, first loves, marriages, losses. I remember them all and always will. Each memory I've consumed is of value. But let's focus on the task at hand. We've been brought here to enjoy ourselves and see some old faces. Let's not be rude. True enough. Though in this form, nothing seems impossible. Your adventures with Lae'zel must be absolutely fascinating. There was a time I thought you'd seen another path for yourself. I thought perhaps the camaraderie we shared would sway you towards a gentler path. You are who you were meant to be, your own man, and, as ever, as always, my hero. I never thought I'd see the day, but then again, our victory against the Dead Three changed everything. Bittersweet, isn't it? You gave so much and lost so much, too. Ah, Will, to see you return to the root of yourself, with your fate in your own hands. You're yourself, but more than ever. I remember when Vlaakith's favor was the lodestar of your life. But you weren't afraid to give her up as the facts demanded. You called me a devil once. I called you a fool. We were both so wrong. And together, we saved the world. I can think of no better man for the job of molding minds. I'd love to see you in action, but I fear your students might find me fairly distressing. There is time enough. If you still want, thanks to our efforts, of course. Perhaps not. You were always my hero, and still the very sight of you inspires courage I sometimes lose sight of in this cerebral new form. And mine to them. I'd love to meet them sometime if it wouldn't be too distressing for them. I can relate in my own way. Bittersweet, isn't it? You gave so much and lost so much too. You are who you were meant to be, your own man, and as ever, as always, my hero. I can feel it. You've evolved, same as myself. You deserve it more than anyone. You saved Baldur's Gate, all of Faerun. It's strange, I know. I couldn't have imagined this life for myself in a million years. But I think I'm doing good in the world and staying fed along the way. What more could a Karlach want?
Your mind, once broken, has shown surprising resiliency. Impressive. You've been looking after yourself well. Far different from the haunted person I once knew.